And hello again. We are gonna play Monkey Island again and hope everything works out. So let's get going from where we left off last time. I hope the audio is fine and I clicked the wrong thing, of course. Yes. This was probably correct. Let's see. What are we doing here? We have our inventory and we for actions. Yeah, makes sense. We for actions. Inventory. We have 203 pieces of 8 minutes, which we don't know how to open yet. We know what's that for. We have stewed meat. I don't remember where we used this. We have a map and reference. I think we already gave this to the prisoner. We should have. And we have finally our sword and our shovel. So let's try to look at the map.
I think I've been had. This is no map. It looks like
Oh no.
dancing lessons.
Oh, it does? Oh, it's this one. Cool. Let me just write this down. Give me a second. Or two. Back 2, 3, 4, left 2, 3, 4. So it's back, left, right, left, left, right, back, right, left, back. We'll need this later on. Just so I don't have to look at this every time. What else can we check?
There sure are a lot of spelling errors.
What is minutes? Discord telling me that my own event has started. Thank you very much. There is a cell, there is a rat, there is a prisoner. Talked to the prisoner already. There is one thing I remember which I should check. Hey Rui, thanks for joining in again. I've just checked through my inventory and went the wrong way, obviously. Let's see. I hope you still remember what happened last time. This was... I went the right way. Love it. So, I remembered one thing we still have to collect, which is in the woods, and we've already heard about it last time. My voice is a bit hoarse. Let's go. Walking and walking and walking. I wish there was a teleport option. I really wish. Let's see. We are done with you. But there's the fork. So, for one, let's look around a bit. And we've also seen... Let's check again, quick. We've looked at our map and found dancing lessons. These are very important dancing lessons. Oh, I see. There is currently the... Is it Game Awards? Nothing special yet. Let's see, what kind of games am I looking forward to be released soon? Well, there is, of course, Return to Monkey Island, as you can probably tell by now. But it's gonna be on PC anyway. Summer Game Fest, Do the Monkey, yes! Will do. So, you've just seen the dancing lessons, and they are actually telling me to go back first, then left, then right, and so on and so on. The problem is there is 2 back, so watch me get lost a few times. But I needed those.
My, what an unusually bright yellow they are.
They are. So let's grab them. Hehe. Can I grab multiple ones?
I've already got one.
I can't. So it says back left. Because this is actually a map. Okay, cool. Right. Need to go right. And that was too much right. And resume the game. I'm sorry for this. I can't really tell with this game where my cursor is. We have to go left again. From there... right? And back. Okay, we found a flower.
What a lovely plant.
Yeah, it really is a lovely plant. So let's try to pick it up. I can't pick it up. Oh no. I think I went back last, so I have to go right. Next. Okay. Now I have to go left. And now I have to go back. And I'm somewhere. So... Is there anything? At least this looks like it's... Ah! Aha! Found it on first try! The X marks the treasure! Am I good or am I good? Let's see how many shots it's today because of the game crashes. I'm really sorry. It's literally because I have 2 monitors and my second monitor is on the right side. So if I go too far on the right, I tap out and the game, well, doesn't crash, but at least pauses and... well, at some point I will get used to it, I hope. Anyway, let's do the most reasonable thing and use our shovel with the axe.
Shouldn't take too long.
Shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Or will it?
Hours pass.
And
I think I hit something.
can't you put it on waterless?
Oh boy.
I'll try.
It's a t-shirt. Not my size, but a nice one nonetheless.
We've got an amazing treasure.
Guess I should put all this dirt back now.
We've got a really amazing treasure now.
More hours pass.
he even put the X back. I'm impressed. So, let's check quick. I'm fairly sure I can't put it on borderless because it wasn't a thing back then. I can... What does off mean? What are special effects in this game? On? Off? Off? I think it means it would be still a windowed, but not borderless. So sadly no. Okay. So we've got the first of the 3 things we need. The 3 things are a treasure. We have to beat the sword master. And we have to drink grog. No, that's the one afterwards. And we have to... Don't have to find a boat, do we? Oh yes, we have to steal something from the Governor Marley's mansion. Of course, how could I forget the beautiful Elaine? Yes, we are done with the dancing. I was so scared I'd mess it up, because the first few times I tried it, I got lost so many times. It's a bit weird. But it makes sense once you get it. Anyway, let's look at our beautiful, beautiful treasure.
I found the treasure of Melee Island and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
Yes. Classic.
Here lies treasure of such unimaginable wealth. Well, you'll just have to dig it up to believe it. Paid for by the Melee Island Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks, Chamber of Commerce, for gifting us a t-shirt.
This carefully reproduced piece of Melee Island history has delighted thousands of would-be pirates and their families for generations. Remember, there are other pirates on this island. So go easy on the treasure. Leave some for the next person.
Imagine a large stock of t-shirts just being buried here. Just for wannabe pirates to find. It's beautiful, right? Isn't it? Also, how do I get out of here? Is there a way? Doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, is the sound better than last time? There's a forest path. Let's go. Yeah. Threw me out completely. I think this is where the... What?
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
Sure hopes you had something more important to stop me for.
The accent. Why do you guys talk so funny? Yeah, I'm really wondering.
Why do you guys talk so funny?
Pirate lingo. It's how everybody talked back then.
Oh, that's...
Play along.
But that's how it is. I'm really sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
I hope you can hear the beautiful music and Guybrush this time around.
Stopping a pirate
Ah!
would be dangerous to your health.
Stop it! I'll
Sorry to bother
be on
you.
my way.
I'll be on my way.
We have to go to the Governor Marley. No, don't. Okay. Think? I still wonder what we have to do to get to the very, very dangerous animal, beast. Okay. So, we have those yellow petals. And we have stewed meat. If I remember correctly. If we have to steal something from Governor Marley, let's use a shortcut, shall we? Ha! This works. Nice. When I gave the very, very dangerous, poisonous piranha poodles meat, they interacted with it, so if those petals are what I think they are, this is gonna be an interesting scene. So we use the petals with this, and now we have meat with condiment.
It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
Okay, and let's give the meat to the poodles. To the deadly piranha poodles. Very, very deadly.
Important notice. These dogs are not dead. They are only sleeping. No animals were harmed during the production of this game.
Thank you, game. So, these are only sleeping. So we can walk up there.
Peacefully.
And they won't wake up. They are just cute little doggos. And actually, let me try and push them.
I can't move it.
I can't move it. So I can't wake them up, but they definitely weren't harmed in any way. Let's go. What shall we steal here? What shall we steal here?
A priceless Ming.
It's priceless. Let's grab it, shall we? Who doesn't like vases? Kind of scared the owner will find me.
I don't recognize the man, but that looks like the dog in the bar.
Does it? I don't see much resemblance, but the dog is cute. All dogs are cute. Can we pick it up? It's the more important thing.
I can't pick that up.
Guess not. How about the door? Can we open it? We can. Oh,
This looks like a job for Fester Shinetop.
oh no. Oh no. Ow.
Better leave this here.
Ah. Thanks for being nice to the ways.
No, not the red button.
The red button. Interesting. I want to know what's going on.
It's a big, ugly, hairy yak wearing some wax lips.
What? Push through it.
Move it.
I love how you can still know what's going on. Well, I'm not doing anything. Use staple remover on tremendous dangerous looking yuck. Oh, ow. Hello, back. Welcome back, Guybrush. How are you doing? Pick up
Need
manual
this.
of style. Manual of style?
Nuts.
And back he goes. Pick up wax lips with walk to. Oh,
Heck! Gophers!
gophers, no. Use gopher repellent with gopher. No, not the gophers. Not the cute gophers. No. Gopher repellent with gopher horde. No. No. What? Funny little man. Look at Fabulous Idol.
It's beautiful.
Huh? Look. Open lock.
Can't open it.
And-
Oh,
Uh-oh. Heavy chair. Walk to. Use. Heavy chair with sheriff. Okay. There's the yak again.
That should hold him for a while.
Ah,
If only I had a file, I could get the idol.
a file. Oh yeah, that took me a while to figure out. We need a file. Where do we get a file in this game? I surely don't have one. Oh, hey! Hey Tavros, how is it going? How are you doing? What is this game? Well, it's a very, very, very old point and click game, and it's super goofy. Fun to play. It's one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. I've played it at least 3 times before. And we have to use interesting stuff with interesting options to figure out how to become a pirate. The first trial we've already done. There is 2 more trials, and afterwards we have to drink grog. A very, very dangerous grog. Not the one we know. Why do I have wax lips and gopher repellent and a manual of style? Even have a staple remover. At least I still have the beautiful t-shirt. Let's look at the manual of
I
style.
think it's some kind of religious text.
Interesting. We need a file. Can I open this door? Did I get...
I locked the sheriff in there.
I see. That's not a door I can open. There's books. Let's look at the books.
No time for reading now.
No time for it. Oh. Let's see if I can... Gaping hole.
I don't see anything special about it.
Oh, me neither. I need a file. Where do I get one? Probably missed it somewhere. Nope. Can't do anything anymore in here. Back we go again.
This door appears to be locked.
Go through the door and walk past the sleeping cute piranha poodles, even though poodles aren't that cute. Even though I just said earlier that all dogs are
I don't see anything
Cute.
special about it.
maybe poodles aren't so much. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this game or watching it because it's great. It's a classic and there is 5 following parts. Also, there is another part coming this year, which is called Return to Monkey Island, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Actually, let me check in the convenience store first. Maybe they have a
I don't see
file.
anything special about it.
I mean, shop, not convenience store. Hello there.
My eye on you, boy. Steal anything and I break your legs.
How do you know? Alright, so safe. We don't know how to open the safe yet.
Don't think, just buy. Come on, just buy something.
Would you be interested in some wax lips? If? Slips?
We only take cash here.
I mean, just wanted to give you a free lift. No? Not being appreciated? I see how it is. Can't go through the store. There's this one. You guys don't have a file, do you? The voodoo lady is also gone. Got the map from this guy. And I tapped out of the game again. This is gonna happen a few more times, isn't it? Let's go back to the one thing we didn't check yet completely. Like, you always miss something in point and click games. You don't have a file, do you? We've been to the circus. We don't know how to get there yet. Oh, we have money now! Let's get over there. And we don't have use for a second-hand ship yet. Alright. What's over there? Nothing. See, let's go to the sword master. Sword training, not sword master. Hello there.
What do you want? Oh, it's you. What do you got?
It's me. I've got the fear. So 30 pieces of 8.
I've got 30 pieces of 8.
Say no more, say no more. Let's see your sword.
Okay, check it out. I do have this deadly looking chicken. Yes.
Okay, check it out.
Yes, this is a nice one. Let's get to it.
Oops, it is.
Okay, you maggot. Why don't you whip that sword out and let's see what you can do with it?
Had to buy it for 100 pieces of 8, so it
Boy.
must be good.
You fight like a dairy farmer. I usually don't waste my time with vermin like yourself. But seeing as this LeChuck thing has put a cramp on business, I got no choice. I need the money.
Understandable.
Yes, I can see this is gonna take some special measures. Just want you to know, I don't do this with everyone. It's only because I feel that special student mentor pieces of 8 bonding that I'm going to these lengths.
Student
put you up
mentor
against-
pieces of 8.
The machine.
Machine?
The
It's
machine.
gonna hurt.
It's a
Yikes.
monkey.
Come at me. Don't be afraid, you won't hurt me. Advance, thrust, recover, parry, repulse. Distance, distance! Distance, distance! Watch your footwork.
Ah,
No!
I'm not interacting at all, by the way.
Hours later,
You're starting to get the hang of it.
more hours later,
Not bad. You've got good form.
Thanks.
Now I'm gonna let you in on the true secret of sword fighting.
Oh, what is that?
Sword fighting is kind of like making love. It's not always what you do, but what you say. Any fool pirate can swing a sharp piece of metal around and hope to cut something. But the pros, they know just when to cut their opponent with an insult. One that catches them off guard.
Yes.
See, kid, your wit's gotta be twice as sharp as your sword. Let's try a couple of insults out, shall we? Okay, imagine this. We're fighting up a storm. Just like Carla and I were doing at Port Royal. There's a sudden break in the fighting, and I say to you, you fight like a dairy farmer. You respond with,
Ah, I love this game just for this sword fighting, the insult sword fighting. You basically don't have to fight, you just have to insult your opponent. And the more we fight, the more insults we get. And we also have to figure out the correct one to answer with. And it seems Tavros doesn't like this game, but that is fine. I still love it. But thanks for checking by. And have a nice evening, Taff. So we had... And so is your mother.
I can see we've got a lot of work to do here.
Yes, we do.
You should have responded with something like, "How appropriate. You fight like a cow." You see, it's razor-sharp wit like that that wins fights. Let's try another. Imagine this. You're trapped up against a wall. My sword just slashed 2 cuts into your face.
Okay.
I say, soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab. You respond with,
Oh, yeah? How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
"No, no, no. That was the response from the last insult. Doesn't even make sense when used here."
I haven't learned it yet. Give me a break.
A correct response to, "Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab," would have been something like, "First, you better stop waving it around like a feather duster." See? Razor sharp.
We have to remember all
I
of
suggest
those.
you go out there
There's
and learn
many,
some
many
insults.
more.
I can't help but feel like I've been ripped off.
Yes, I
I'm
feel
sure
so
you're
too.
feeling something similar.
Yes, yes, I do. Alright, let's go get some insults going. So, as you can see, there's tons of ugly pirates and dirty, rotten pirates and bloodthirsty pirates running around. We have to find one and
Stopping a pirate can be
fight.
dangerous to your health.
Stopping a pirate. Nice night we're having here.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
I sure hope you had something more important to stop me for.
Maybe.
My
Prepare
name
to
is
die.
Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
You fight like a dairy
Fight
farmer.
like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Alright. Give me some more insults.
You have the manners of a beggar.
I haven't learned this one yet. Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
So those 3 are just neutral ones? Oh, could you repeat that? I didn't quite get it. The few he mentioned, we don't know yet. So we'll have to find the next pirate and win against him.
Oh, yeah? I give up. You win.
And I have to win 2 or 3 times, I believe. There we go. My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to
My
die.
name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
By insults.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Should have used the other one.
Oh, yeah?
You didn't know the answer.
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
Your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh? Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Oh yeah.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
You have the manners of a beggar. We don't know the answer for this one
You
yet.
have the manners of a beggar.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Aye.
This is the end for you.
wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
And we lost again.
A three-headed monkey!
Ha ha ha! There we go. There's my title. Hello there.
This better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Which one do we don't have yet? We know who this one is. We don't know the answer to this.
For you, you gutter-crawling cur.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he didn't know the answer. Maybe we can win this fight.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
I am rubber. You are glue.
He doesn't know the answer again. Fight like a dairy farmer.
You have the manners of a beggar.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Thanks.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
Thank you for giving me another one. Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Just wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Ah, that was the wrong one.
I give up. You win.
It started well. There is 2 more chances.
Out of the way, or I cuts me way through.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Here we go again. So... there is no words for how disgusting you are. Yeah, we haven't had this one.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Yes, there are. You just never learned them.
Understandable. Now everything makes
You
sense.
have the manners of a beggar.
We know this one. It's... yes, there are. No wait. I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you. Yes.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. You didn't know the answer, so we're still sitting on this one. We already know this one, we know this one.
This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I am rubber. You are glue.
I won!
I give up. You win.
Yes. There we go. And more, please.
Better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I'm shaken. I'm shaken.
Oh, he doesn't know the answer again. Soon you'll be wearing. We have all the answers for those.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Yes, there are. You just never learned them.
Aye, understandable.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
It's 101. Oh, I don't have this one yet. I once owned a dog that was smarter than you. No. Oh, that was manners. I don't know the answer.
People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Or do they?
Oh, yeah?
2 new ones.
Where did my sword go?
And the next one, please. Nope.
Stopping a pirate can be dangerous to your health.
Oh. Then let's go.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Hey, Marcy, how's it going? I'm just streaming this very, very old game and learning how insult sword fighting works. Let's start with something I don't know yet, the answer. So I basically have to figure out, well, ask the pirate about the answer and then I can use it myself. I'm learning. You have the manners of a beggar, you felt like a dairy farmer. Oh yeah, we haven't had the dog yet. It sounds
I once
nice.
owned a dog that was smarter than you.
He must have taught you everything you know.
I hope the sound is fine. I hope you can hear everything.
I've heard you were a contemptible sneak.
I forgot what he said. Contemptible sneak.
He must have taught you everything you know?
I'm gonna lose this one.
I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
Oh, there's 3 new ones on this one.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
That's the very first one you learn. You fight like a dairy farmer. How appropriate. You fight like a cow. Let's wait for the next one.
Wanting, you scurvy lubber.
My name is Guybrush
My
Threepwood.
name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
This is gonna take a while. People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Even before they smell your breath.
I love it.
No words for how disgusting you are.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Don't know this one. Or I forgot.
You're no match for my brains, you poor fool.
I'm learning so many new ones. Even before they smell your breath.
Yes, there are. You just never learned them.
I love how
Are you up?
insecure he sounds when you get the wrong answer. You just know we screwed up.
Dangerous to your health.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Let's go again. We know this one. This is a bad breath.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
He must have taught you everything you know. I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
That's also a new one. Maybe there is an answer that would work. How appropriate.
Even before they smell your breath?
Nope, this one didn't work.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Oh, we know this one.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
We know this one.
I've heard you were a contemptible sneak.
Too bad no one's ever heard of you, it's all.
Understandable.
Yikes, nice move.
So it's really not about winning, it's just about learning insults.
This better be important.
Let's
My name
fight.
is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Alright, you...
I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. This
Yes.
is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I think that's one we don't know yet.
Your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh?
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
It's really getting a lot now. Ah, gotta remember them.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. Uncle! Uncle!
Uncle? It's another one? No? Yes.
Aye, this better be important.
We gotta learn them all.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Otherwise, we'll have to rely on RNG to beat the Sword Master.
Nobody's
this
ever drawn
one?
blood from me, and nobody ever will.
Iron rubber, you are glue.
He doesn't know either. We know this one.
You're no match for my brains, you poor fool.
I'd be in real trouble if you ever used them. Have you stopped wearing diapers yet?
Oh, it's also a new one. And he gave me an indirect compliment, so we take this.
Your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh?
Nope. Now one more.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Oh, we know this one. Where's the feather duster? There he is.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster. I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion.
Yikes, nice move.
Nice move indeed. I love it.
Aye, this better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Guybrush Threepwood, prepare to die.
For the like 20th time now. We had this one. We know this one. Have you ever? We don't know
Have
this
you
one.
stopped wearing diapers yet?
Why did you want to borrow one?
Hi.
I've heard you were a contemptible snake.
Ah, that's one we don't know yet. First, you stop the. You're a contemptible snake.
Too bad no one's ever heard of you at all.
Oh, this worked. Family reunion. This one. this one. Manners of Beggar, Contemptible Fool, Mighty Struggle.
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast?
Ah, I see.
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
Hope I get it already. You run that fast? Ah!
You run that fast?
The hard part about this is really just remembering.
People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Even before they smell your breath.
Look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
So it's always a best of 3, it seems. I think we've had enough now. Let's go to the sword master. Sword trainer again, not the sword master. We haven't found them yet. Or her. Hello there. You're back again?
There's no answer.
Huh. I'm pretty sure I've learned enough now. There is no answer. Do I have to fight even more? Don't tell me I have to fight even more. Let me check my inventory. What else do we need? Gopher spray. For whatever reason. I believe we have to find the sword master first. And I also remember how to find her. But I don't remember if there was anything in between. But let's see. Let's just try my method. I clicked too far. I'm very sorry. And let's run through the whole map again. And take this shortcut over here. Go to the shop. And
Ring bell for service.
Oh, I should have known it'd be you again.
nice to see you again too.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the sword master of Melee
I'm
Island.
looking for the sword master of Melee Island.
Melee Island.
Yeah, like I'm gonna fall for that one again.
Oh, please. I won't steal anything this time, I promise.
I guess I could hike all the way over there again. Be right back.
Alright.
I've got my eyes on you, Weasel Boy. Don't try anything.
Weasel boy. Well, let's follow him. Cognito sneaking behind without him ever knowing. Probably. Even though he's hearing the bell from wherever we are. So we'll probably have to go to the fork and follow him. And follow him again. And follow him again. And again. There we go. I love how we are hidden behind this tree. Look at the sign.
Danger. Open ravine.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't have seen that if you didn't mention it.
I better just stay back here and eavesdrop.
Yeah, let's do this.
Hello again, Carla.
I thought I told you to get lost.
Actually, I'm here on business. This kid come into my store, see?
Face
Oh.
it, you crusty old lech. You'd make any excuse just to come out here and bother me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, cut it out. I'm sick of it. Take a hike and don't come out here again. Someone might follow you, and then I'd become another Melee Island tourist attraction.
Hey, it's your loss, baby.
Yeah, right. Now scram.
Alright, thank you, old man. We are gonna fight the Sword Master of Melee Island now. TM. Hello there.
How dare you approach the Sword Master without permission?
I'm sorry.
I surely didn't give you.
Can you give it to me now?
I beg your pardon. I must talk to you.
I doubt that. Everyone who comes here is prepared to fight. Let's be honest. You're here to prove yourself to the pirate leaders in hopes of one day being as immoral as they are.
Yep. Nailed it right on the head. Gee, you're smart.
I can tell by the sarcastic expression on your face that you've been fully trained by Captain Smirk. I can
Fully
also
trained,
tell from
eh?
the Melee Time sports page that you've won only one fight. Not nearly enough to waste my time.
Oh, I have to. Oh no. I have to win. How many fights?
How dare you approach the Swordmaster with... Oh, it's you again.
I'm sorry.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. I've come to kill you.
Nothing like being honest. I can tell by the sarcastic expression on your face that you've been fully trained by Captain Smirk. I can also tell from the Melee Time sports page that you've won only one fight. Not nearly enough to waste my time.
Alright, let's get a few more wins under our belts. And at least we don't have to follow this old man to figure out the location again. Let's do the thing and fight for our honor. Our pirate honor, which doesn't exist.
What you be wanting, you scurvy lubber?
Nice night we're having, isn't it? Isn't it?
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Let's see, which one do we not know again? This one? We know this. Yes. 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 Feel like there's
Spoken
one
with
missing.
apes more polite than you.
face during a mighty struggle.
We should know all of them now. Now we just have to remember.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
Oh, your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh? Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
All right.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. Oh, we won.
I give up. You win.
That's the second win. We just need a few more. Let's go with 5 and talk to the Swordmaster. And please, please, fight with me.
This better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
You fight like a
Fight
dairy
like a
farmer.
dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Aye.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
Right back at me, right? How appropriate.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow. This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point? People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Even before they smell your breath?
Even before they smell your breath?
I want to see if this works.
Fall at my feet when they see me coming.
I'm shaking, I'm shaking.
Oh, he used it but didn't know the answer to it.
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master.
Nice, I get a prompt. Let's go to the Swordmaster then. Imagine if you'd have to find a way again after this. I want to at least finish part 1 of the story and become a real pirate.
Dare you approach the Swordmaster with... Oh, it's you again.
I'm sorry.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. I've come to kill you.
Nothing like being honest. I can tell by the sarcastic expression on your face that you've been fully trained by Captain Smirk. Let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with, indeed.
Pain in the backside, sir.
You're a pain in the backside, sir. What would work? Yeah, appropriate. You run that fast. How did you want me to borrow? The problem is we have the same answers, but it's different questions. I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me. That sounds.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Nope. Not the one.
Only once have I met such a coward.
Oh. No. gosh. He must have.
taught you everything you know.
This sounds correct.
There are no clever moves that can help you now.
Oh.
I'd be in real trouble if you ever used them.
Nope.
I
Okay.
hope you have a boat ready for a quick escape.
Start again. I hope you have a boat ready for your quick escape. Why did you want to borrow?
Why, did you want to borrow one?
I've got the courage and skill of a master swordsman.
I've got the courage and skill of a master swordsman. I'd be in real trouble if you ever used
I'd be
them.
in real trouble if you ever used them.
If your brother's like you, better to marry a pig.
Better have married a pig. Brother is just like you. How appropriate, you fight like a cow. No, I don't think so. Family reunion?
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion.
Nope.
Now I know what filth and stupidity really are.
Now I know what filth and stupidity really are. I really want to use, I hope now you've learned stop picking your nose, but... let's use it.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Nope.
No one will ever catch me fighting as badly as you do.
No one will ever catch me fighting as bad as you do. How long is this duel going on?
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
Nope, that was the wrong one. And we start again.
Nice move.
I hope this teaches you a lesson. Now scram.
No. Come back. Ah. Right. Let's go back and walk here again. And reset. Some really make sense. Some... Well, we'll figure it out.
Aye, this better be important.
Oh no, it's not really important. Sorry to bother you.
I'll be on my way.
Go to the Sword Master again. and hope she's back out. Please? I beg of you? Ah, there she is.
I'm back, and boy, are you in trouble this time.
Where am I?
Let's get this over with. I hope you have a boat ready for a quick escape.
We had this one. I hope you have a boat ready for your quick escape. Why did you want to borrow one?
Why, did you want to borrow one?
My last fight ended with my hands covered with blood.
I hope you've stopped.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Oh, true.
My wisest enemies run away at the first sight of me.
Even before they smell your breath?
Even before they smell your breath?
3.
Only once have I met such a coward.
Only once have I met such a coward.
Too bad no one's ever heard of you at all.
Nope. One.
My name is feared in every dirty corner of this island.
My name is feared in every dirty corner of this island. Too bad no one's ever heard of you at all.
Too bad no one's ever heard of you at all.
Oh.
Now I know what filth and stupidity really are.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Nope, not that one.
There are no clever moves that can help you now.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
Nope, doesn't.
I've got the courage and skill of a master swordsman.
Okay, we know that one. I'd be in real
I'd be
trouble.
in real trouble if you ever used them.
I give up. You win.
I did it!
I hope you're happy. You can go back and brag to all your friends about how you beat the Swordmaster. You'll need proof. Here, this should convince them.
Oh, what is it? Oh no, not another t-shirt. Yikes. So, we have a beautiful, beautiful
I found the treasure of Melee Island and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
second t-shirt. Look at...
It says, I beat the Swordmaster.
Oh, wow. Hey, I beat the Swordmaster. Ah. Yes, we all need t-shirts. What else is left? We need a file.
Be wanting, you scurvy lubber.
Where do we get a file? Nice night we're having.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
I sure hopes you had something more important to stop me for.
Ever notice how all these roads start to look the same?
Now that you mention it, they do. He's probably just that we're tired.
It's probably. Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Right. Where do we get a file? Not there, not there. Over there? No. So we have to go to the village again. Where do we find a file? So we can get the idol and the governor's. Haven't been in the Scumber in a while. Let's go. No. Nope. Nope. Let's talk to the doggo. Oh, rough. That was too far to the right side. Oops. Let's look at the fireplace.
Cozy.
Pick up.
I can't pick that up.
I thought so. Maybe the file was in the governor's mansion. Where would we get a file? There is no Arpent or anything, I believe.
Excuse me, but oh, it's only you again.
I'm sorry, it's
I
only.
told you there was only one in existence.
Uh-huh.
Now get lost.
Thanks for the treasure map, or should I say dancing lesson. I found a beautiful t-shirt.
Guess I'll just be going now.
Where is the file? So
I
we're.
don't see anything special about it. I don't see anything special about it.
I don't see anything special about it either. We're a bit in trouble here. We need a file.
Hey, where'd you go? I hike halfway across
Oh,
the island
I forgot
to try
about
and
you.
get you a reservation with the Swordmaster, who, by the way, says you can go jump in the lake. And when I come back, whew, you're gone. See if I ever do you a favor again, ungrateful little shoplifter.
I mean, you're not wrong, but wanna see my beautiful t-shirt? Sure, you like it. Do you have a file?
Are you waiting for me to fall asleep or something? If you're thinking about stealing something, think again.
There is a handle. There is a safe. Don't see a file or anything
Are
to.
you waiting for me to fall asleep or something?
Alright. Anything in here?
Would you happen to have a file?
Oh,
You think I'd be in here if I did? All I have is this carrot cake my Aunt Tilly made me.
Oh!
You can have that if you bring me something to get rid of these rats. I can't stand carrot cake.
Oh! This cake sounds very suspicious. Something to get rid of the rats. Oh, I have the gopher spray. Let's give the gopher spray to the prisoner.
Hey, these might work on the rats.
Poor little
Thanks.
gophers.
Here's the cake.
Thanks! Well, I like carrot cake a lot. I made one a while ago. Open it?
It's locked.
That's you. Oh, it worked. We got the file. We didn't have to walk around the whole island to go there. Anyway, let's get our third trial done to get to do the thievery and finish our third trial. Walk to the door. Let's go. See if it works without me triggering it.
I locked the sheriff in there.
Use the file.
I locked the sheriff in there.
I see. You have to go in there?
I don't see anything special about it. I've got the file.
The file. Do it, Guybrush. Use manual style. Give stylish confetti to heavy armed clown. Walk to. Fireworks. Throw. Wax lips in. Fire. Walk to. Use file on rhinoceros toenails. Walk. Use file on lock. Pick up. Fabulous idol. Walk to. Ow. Ooh. Ah. Hello there.
Whew. That was a close one.
Welcome
At
back.
least I got the idol.
Great.
But I'm not done with you yet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Thought you could get out of here with the idol of many hands, did you?
Look, I can explain.
So can I.
Can you?
Poisoned the governor's pet poodles.
They're just sleeping.
Yes,
Broke
they
into
are.
her house
No?
The door was unlocked.
Yes.
and stole one of her most valuable pieces of art.
Did I?
No, you've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Well, let's hear your explanation.
Should we go with the most reasonable answer?
The pirate leaders told me to do it.
Ah!
What's going on here?
I caught this hoodlum making off with your idol, Governor. He says the pirate leaders told him.
Hello, Mayor.
That he's not the first decent person they've led astray.
What?
You heard me, Fester. The real question is, how did he get in here while you were on guard? Oh, just go away, Fester. I can handle this.
I'll deal with you later.
Oh no.
Sorry about him. He's new.
Ah.
I'm Governor Marley. Governor Elaine Marley.
Hello,
Pirate
Elaine.
leaders made you do it, eh?
Well, well, gosh.
Gee.
Relax, Mr. Threepwood. I know why you're here. Believe me, you're not the first who's tried.
I'm
Although I have
sorry.
to admit, not many get as far as you have. My lookout told me of your arrival. I've wanted to meet you ever since I heard your fascinating name.
Oh.
Tell me, Guybrush, why do you want to be a pirate? You don't look like one.
She's really chill.
Sweet.
No.
I see. Well, you're obviously not in the mood for idle chit-chat, are you?
So sorry, Elaine.
I suppose you've got many more exciting things to do? I won't take up any more of your time, Mr. Threepwood.
I'm sorry, Elaine.
I really wish I knew how to talk to women.
You knew how to talk to the sword master. So, I just get the idol, I guess. Ah. My... Well...
You know, it's not too late for us to make up and be friends.
Yeah. And it's also not too late for me to kill you and still make it to the bar for happy hour. Hand over your sword.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
This is the end of the road, my little pantalooned pal.
Oh, that's the
Your
idol.
troublemaking days on Melee Island are over. My plans for the governor are far too important and much too near completion to risk letting a would-be pirate like you get in the way. So long, Mr. Spicecake or Droopface or whatever your name is.
Not even close. And now the game is over.
Out to be a pretty good day.
The evil one, and we are dead. Unless Guybrush can actually hold his breath for 10 minutes. So we have a rusty knife, a hacksaw, a deadly meat cleaver, scissors, razor sharp scissors, and fish, and a sword, and an axe, and my sword, and my axe, and your brother.
Sharp and dangerous. I can't reach that from here.
Can't reach that.
That from here.
You can't reach this one either, do you?
I can't reach that from here.
But what we can reach.
Actually, it's more like a fabulous doorstop.
Ain't it? I guess let's try picking it up. There we go.
I guess I'll be needing a sword. This one will do.
Right. We have a sword again. And there is the ghost ship disappearing into the distance.
What was that? I'm so confused.
Hey, what are you doing just standing around? The governor's been kidnapped.
Elaine!
By whom?
LeChuck's got her on that ship that just sailed off. He caught her alone when she came down here to rescue you. I'm afraid we've seen the last of her.
She tried to rescue me. How nice of a person is she? Just because I'm a new pirate somewhat. Where were you this whole time?
So where were you this whole time? Sleeping?
Hey, I'm a lookout, not a bodyguard.
Aye. Where did they go?
LeChuck's taken the governor back to his hideout on Monkey Island. I'm afraid that no pirate on this island is brave enough to follow him there. But hey, good luck.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I almost forgot. They left this note. You can have it, but I don't think you'll like what it says.
Oh, Governor. Why did you have to risk your life for me? Maybe you cared for me more than I thought.
Maybe.
Just as I now realize how much I care for you.
Probably.
It's my fault the governor's in this mess, and get her out of it, even if I
Luck.
have to sail to Monkey Island myself to get her.
Alright. Let's look at the notice. Oh, the music. Gives the mood. Look at.
Attention, pirates of Melee. Your governor is alive and well and by my side as she was always meant to be.
Oh no.
If you try to find us, you will only meet with horrifying disaster. Yours truly, Captain LeChuck.
Ah, music is beautiful. Now let's go and rescue Elaine. But first of all, let's become a pirate. Oh.
What's wrong, old sot?
The governor is gone. LeChuck and his spectral crew came and got her. They put her in the ghost ship and spirited her away.
Oh
She was
no.
so good to me. Always conveniently losing those health board reports. For a small consideration, of course. What'll become of my business? Oh, woe is me.
What can I do to save her?
You must get a ship and go after her. The ghost pirate's lair is on Monkey Island. Everybody knows that. Don't ask me how. All you need to do is find a way there.
So, where can I get a ship?
Where can I get a ship?
Why, it's Smiland Stand's used shipyard. Same as everybody else. Tell 'em I sent you. We're old friends.
Will do? Will you join me?
Will you join me?
Alas, I cannot go to sea. An old war injury. I'm sure you understand.
Unless I don't want to get poisoned by you. Get me a
Get me
drink.
a drink.
Get your own drink.
Hi.
Right, I'm off.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Be sure to wear your mittens. And your galoshes.
Oh,
And don't forget to write.
will do.
Bye now.
Thanks, Mom. So, guess we'll have to find a crew, find a ship, and get some grog, and become an official pirate. And I'd say we'll do this next time. There is Summer Game Fest at the moment, so I want to see if there's any new games, which would be interesting. Thank you so much for joining in. And I'll see you all next time, which will be in a few days at the latest. Goodbye.